What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. First of all, I can't believe that we're only about 2 months away from the Daytona 500, but with it being a Daytona 500 only 2 months away now, we're going to be starting to see a lot more drivers who are just going to be running this year's Daytona 500 being announced today and the next couple months. So now we have some more updates on the Daytona 500 roster, who will be running Daytona 500. And MBM Motorsports and Carl Long's team, for those of you that is Carl Long's team, if you didn't know that, will be running 2 cars for the 2020 Daytona 500. And one of those drivers we have confirmation on is Timmy Hill. Timmy Hill will be running his first ever, will be attempting to get into Daytona 500 for the first time. He attempted back in 2017 to make the Daytona 500, but unfortunately, he missed out in the duels and ended up finishing last in the duels. Unfortunately, he was eliminated from the competition in the duels. This time, however, he will be attempting again to be at the MBM equipment this time. Here's what Timmy Hill had to say. I feel like it's going to be my best shot to have ever making it to the 500. Hill told Front Stretch, I've only had one other shot, and we probably don't go down as well prepared as we would have hoped. This time around, we're going down with a really good piece. It's going to be a Ford with a Roush Yates motor, and I feel like it's going to be a really good car. Hearing that, Roush Yates cars are very, very strong, especially under stricter plates. If you look at the history of how Roush Yates been, especially the last 5 to 10 years on their stricter plate racetracks, they have been one of the strongest fleets in the field. They have been unstoppable. I know that in 2019, they were not as strong as we've seen in the past because the Chevys and Toyotas work together. But I do believe that the Fords will come back strong in 2020, and they will be a strong brand to beat in 2020. The other car will be the number 46. Now, we do not know who is going to be driving this car, and who I think will probably end up driving this other 46 car. I think it's probably going to be someone like Joey Yates or Chad Fincham, someone in the MBM stable in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, or someone who is driving for. Is Chad Fincham running for MBM next year? I can't remember, but yeah, they will be running 2 cars in this year's Daytona 500. And not only that, Timmy Hill, the MBM team, is going to be also attempting in 2020 to be running full time for the season. They're going to be attempting a full season. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, they do not have a charter. So both cars will have to qualify. If both cars attempt to run any of the races and not just Daytona 500, where they're going to be attempting to run 2 cars, they will have to qualify in, and they will have to get enough funding to run the whole year. I do think they'll have an opportunity to get that funding, but just remember, they just have to have enough money, if that makes any sense. The driver that will run full-time, as I've just mentioned, is Timmy Hill. So Timmy Hill will no longer be at Rick Ware Racing or in that program in any shape or form. But Timmy Hill has always been, he's been part of the MBM stable for years. He's been part of Carl Long's brand for a very long time. I know he's been with Rick Ware a lot as well, but he's been with Carl Long for the last 3 years trying to get the team up. And Timmy Hill has a lot of talent. I think he can bring some stuff to the table for the MBM stable in 2020. He might be able to get some pretty good runs. He didn't do much at Rick Ware. Yeah, but Rick Ware is not that good. Let's be honest here. I mean, Rick Ware's team is not very good. And I know that MBM, if they are going to run a full season, they're going to have to get a lot of funding to do it. And also, they're going to have to just perform. Because, again, they're not locked into the field because they don't have a charter. So, yeah, I know that this video is kind of shorter, but we wanted to kind of talk about MBM running 2 cars to Daytona 500. I think this is very, very exciting. More teams coming to Daytona. Honestly, God, let's hope that more drivers and teams get announced as we get closer to the start of the Daytona 500. So, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Turn notifications to notify when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on all my social medias. Links in the description below with that. And comment below your opinions on who you think the other driver will be for the 2020 Daytona 500 at the MBM stable. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.